Hey everybody, we're here in historic North San Juan, California. Look at the cemetery. But,
It's a secret. Thank you. Here we have to give offerings to the gatekeeper.
make sure he keeps everyone in check while we're visiting.
Yeah.
Pretty nice graveyard.
So this has been here since 1851.
1851.
And we're looking for Smiley. So Smiley was a Chinese man who lived in North San Juan since the start of the gold rush ish, I guess, until 1933, October 17th, 1933, which just so happens to be today. But um, in the cemetery book that we bought a while back, it says that he was the only Chinese man allowed to be buried in the cemetery because of the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, which didn't allow Chinese to enter the US. And that included that anyone who was already here was not allowed to be buried here. And they had segregated separate cemeteries for Chinese people. And those would be considered temporary burials. And they would bury them, they would wait, and they would exhume their bodies and send their bones back to their home in China. And so there was like excessive fees, and I don't know if they were taxes, but they made it really difficult for them to send them back to China. So we wanted to go and see his grave.
Yeah, and our book of the cemeteries also says that Smiley resided in this area and he worked at the hotels, the local North San Juan Hotel and then Cherokee. And he lived in the North San Juan's Chinatown area. But he was also the last knowledgeable Chinese funerary customs person for the area. So, it was a burial practice he voluntarily provided to his fellow countrymen to help them get back to where they needed to be.
China.
Yeah, China, because they weren't allowed to stay in the United States because of the act thing.
Yeah.
So everyone loved him probably because he worked in the hotels and stuff. But they said he was a very generous man. He was gathering from his meager earnings and would make small trinkets and give them out to local children during the Christmas season and stuff. So it was like little Santa Claus during the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very cool.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
I think so. It would have to be.
It says Smiley. That'll be a story we'll have to tell you. Why Smiley is so significant for this graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
What he meant for the town of North San Juan.
Is this your thing?
Well, it's been there so long. Look how the ground around the side of it's eroded.
Oh, yeah. I feel like this isn't Smiley's thing. We're gonna keep this for somebody else.
You have a piece of one in there already. Oh, did you get it?
Yeah. Oh, some salt. It's pretty good stuff.
That you used to cook or something?
At the hotels. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's Himalayan pink salt for you, sir.
Giving him a little offering.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because you should. It's nice.
Okay.
he will take it, and you said a cook at the
I think.
hotels they
Yep.
used to have here. So in Northern California, there were a lot of Chinese people who came to work in the mines for the gold rush, laboring, doing all the things. Um, in North San Juan, it's reported that there were hundreds of them, and Smiley was the last of them to pass away. So I found two separate obituary newspaper articles about him and his funeral, and I wanted to read them. And I know it's weird to read, but they're short. You'll be fine. So this first one says, Good Samaritan of San Juan will be buried today. Funeral services will be held in the North San Juan Cemetery this morning for Smiley at 10 o'clock. And the last of the hundreds of Chinese who once were denizens of a populous Chinese quarter in the ridge town. Smiley's real name is unknown, and no one who lives in San Juan today can say when he came there. His residence there runs beyond the memory of the oldest inhabitant, but his genial smile and good deeds that he did, the help that he extended from his own meager larder, will live long in their memory. He followed various occupations: houseboy, gardener, errand boy, dispenser of lottery tickets in the old days when they were openly sold, and last but not least, he religiously attended every funeral in the little town, and no matter what the season, he had a little floral offering which, with tears streaming down his face, he laid on the casket containing the body of his friend. Today, the good people of the little town are going to see that he has a decent burial. There will be flowers. Reverend Buckner will deliver the funeral sermon, and there will be genuine sorrow in the hearts of the people who follow him to his last resting place. He died Tuesday in the county hospital where he had been an inmate for some time. So that's the first one. And so I guess these aren't actually obituaries. I think I said they were obituaries before, but they're articles about his funeral. So this is the second one. Sen Yet, which was his actual name. I think the other article said they didn't know his name. Um, Anyways, this one says, Sen Yet, known all along the San Juan Ridge as Old Smiley, the last of his countrymen who at one time numbered hundreds in the Chinese quarter of San Juan, was laid to rest beside them in that part of the San Juan cemetery set apart for that race. He was followed to his last resting place by practically all the people of North San Juan. His humble casket was almost hidden from sight by garland and flowers. It is said that in all of his 60 years of life, he never left the ridge but once, and that was for a brief day's journey to Nevada City. He was sent to the hospital by friends that he might spend the remaining days of his life in the comfort of that institution. The pallbearers were men who had known the old Chinaman all of his life. Reverend Buckner conducted the funeral service, and the arrangements for the funeral were in the hands of Holmes Funeral Home.
Yeah, with those articles, we found a little confusion because on one of them it said that he lived 60 years, and in the book that we got, it said he lived to be 98. So somewhere in there, they didn't keep good records, I guess. So,
No.
but if you drive just a little bit up the street from the graveyard, there's the old bar here, and there's a big mural painted in memory of Smiley. And it has faded over the years, and his face is peeled off, it looks like.
Yeah. This is what it currently looks like. That first picture is what it used to look like.
Yeah, it's definitely been weathered and hasn't been touched up in a long time, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah. Definitely aged.
They have their different mosaic or whatever you want to call it here, of different scenery from different events they had and did up here.
And do
Yeah,
I
and
think
still do.
they still do the cherry festival?
Yeah, they still do the cherry festival and stuff. And we did find a picture of what it looked like before it faded. And that way you get a little better shot, but that was now and this was before.
Mhm.
And this is Toki's. This used to be one of the best places to go for Oriental food, biscuits and gravy, burger, whatever you wanted. She made it. She'd make it right there on the spot. Too bad it's closed, but best yakisoba in America, I would say back then.
Yeah. And so I don't know if this building is part of the Chinese quarters, but
Very old.
yeah, it's old. It's brick like the rest of them, and it's next to the Smiley mural. So
And it's next to the graveyard just up the street.
yeah,
Bye, Smiley. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and
we'll see you next time.
see you next time. Bye.
Bye.